And the last 15 minutes, my face was so hot, I couldn't even last the last 15 minutes. I was a wimp. I wimped out.
Wow! Come on, move it over. I said, baby, I know you're on a roll.
Hello, my name is Vivian. Welcome back to my channel. This is Skincare My Way, and this is lesson 2 on how to do a chemical peel in the comfort of your own home. I love it when I demonstrate things to you because then I don't have to worry about my hair. I have the worst hair ever, but I'm fixing it. Okay, what you're gonna need is I'm gonna use Original Facial Wash to start, and then I am going to be using a 5% glycolic acid. And I have skin water here because I don't know if I'm going to turn it off or not. So we'll know that by the end of this peel. Now this peel is going to take you a while. It's going to take maybe 3, 4, 5 hours, depending on how long your skin can handle it. So I'm going to take it in little steps. I haven't done this for a while, but before we go and we start into the actual process, I want to talk about why people actually do chemical peeling. Okay, so the theory is that glycolic acid, which is literally fermented sugar cane. And glycolic acid is an acid, and you put the acid on your skin, and in between your skin cells is keratin, collagen, a form of collagen, keratin, and what glycolic acid does is it melts that keratin away in the form of a very light burn. Well, we're going to do a light burn. A lot of people use really hot burn. Okay, but we're going to go really light. And then what happens is over time, over a period of, let's say, maybe, I'm going to put some more facial wash on because it just feels so good. And so then what happens is that your skin after a couple days will slough off, and then it will grow brand new skin. Okay, so who should be peeling their face? In my professional opinion, people should not even start playing around with chemical peeling till about age 40. But what I am seeing is all these people who are wearing a boatload of makeup and using a ton of skincare. They are literally shutting down the mechanisms that make their skin communicate. So these people are going to really need to start making the skin work, because when you start suffocating those pores, your skin literally stops its normal motor. So when that motor stops, you do a chemical peel to start the motor again. Okay, so like when you're 20, your motor's running like this. It sheds and regrows and sheds and regrows. And then 30, you're like this. And then 40, you're really slow. And 50, 60, and 70, it's almost non-existent. So those are the women who really should look into doing this more on a regular basis. And I will explain what a regular basis means. But here we go. I put a little of my secret sauce on my face, and I've been working on this one product myself. My husband is actually the one in our family who creates all our wonderful products. But this particular product I am creating, and I have been experimenting with this, is because I want a product that will absolutely eliminate hyperpigmentation. And it is the only thing that I have been using so far that has completely ridded my face of hyperpigmentation. So I will be introducing this soon. And I do have a couple of my clients who are also experimenting with this as well as I am. So there you go. And before we start, You know, you can actually see I have very little or zero hyperpigmentation. People can't really see it. I can see it. I can see there's just a little bit left. Probably I have eliminated 95% of all the hyperpigmentation on my face. And I will never, now hear me again. I will never have hyperpigmentation again. Okay? As long as I know what to do with my skincare, and as long as I do it, I will never, because I know what to do, will never have hyperpigmentation again. And, you know, I just want to make this very clear. When you look at all the ingredients for hyperpigmentation, retinol, vitamin C, sunscreen, have I ever used retinol? No. Have I ever used vitamin C? No. Do I use sunscreen? No. Now this is for me. This is my experience because I know what to do. And that is what I am here to teach you. I am here to teach you that in order for skincare to be revolutionary and for us to be able to practice anti-aging, you have to learn the lessons, just like I learned the lessons. And I am here because I am going to teach everybody those lessons. And today, my second lesson is let's start our chemical peel. Okay, so I have washed my skin, and this is from lesson 1. This is my 5% glycolic acid. This is about, I don't know, a 4-ounce cup, and I'm going to use 2 ounces of this. So I would use a jar of, we actually make a 2-ounce jar of 5% glycolic acid. So I would use about 2 ounces. Okay, so I'm going to take about this much, and I am going to be putting on my 5%. Okay, I am going to do my eyes as well. My eyes can handle this for sure. It's only 5% glycolic acid. And I will set my phone timer for 15 minutes. And every 15 minutes, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to tell you what this feels like. And because we took a really good look at my skin, we will take a really good look at my skin in about 3 or 4 days after the healing has started to take place. Okay, so I'm going to put a good dose. I added just a little bit more. And oh, and you can come all the way down to your neck. Let's do this. And I'm going to go back here. Okay. And what I want to do is, what's really interesting with this particular method, like I don't really feel anything yet. Maybe a little tiny bit right here. But what happens over the period of time that you're doing this, a part of your face will be more hot than another part. So you just skip that part that has plenty of acid on it, and we're just going to go to another part. Okay, so I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes, and then I will be back. Okay, I am back. So this is going to be the second application. And as you can see, pretty much all the cream has disappeared on my face. And that is because the way I would always explain glycolic acid to my clients, it's like a little Pac-Man. And it just kind of, like, it just keeps on eating away, eating away, eating away, eating away, eating away. And before you know it, all the waxes are removed from that skin cell, and then they'll just pop right off. Okay. So we're just going to apply about this much more all over. I'm going to include my eyes because, again, I'm not feeling anything. And after I do a light chemical peel, because I'm just going to do a light chemical peel on my eyes, they will become puffy. In the past, I have treated them and they became very puffy. So that is what I'm kind of expecting. And when my eyes are puffy, I look so old. But anyway, Okay, here we go. Just a very light amount. And again, let me add a little bit more because I'm doing my neck. So we might have to add a little bit more because I am doing my neck. And I'm not removing anything. I'm just layering. Okay. And then what happens is now is that I still do not feel anything at all. Just maybe I just started feeling like just a very, very, very light scratch, like maybe around here. But we'll see what we go. I will be back in 15 minutes. I'm back again. You can see that the glycolic acid is still absorbing into my skin. And while I'm doing this, I am actually I fed my dogs. You can hear my dog finishing up her food. Sophie. Okay, I'm in the kitchen finishing up my work. So you can just do this throughout the day. And then what you're also gonna find is that you are also gonna find that that eventually this glycolic acid is not going to be absorbing. It's just gonna kind of sit on the surface. So we'll deal with that when we get there. But one of the other things I wanted to talk about in this application was the eyes. If you have any problems about putting glycolic acid on your eyes, don't do it. Talk to your doctor first, check with your local esthetician, and do a test patch first. Always do a test patch when you're trying any new procedure, new product, or whatever. Okay, that being said, I'm going to apply around my eyes again. And this time, I applied the glycolic, my last 15 minutes. I did start to feel a little scratchy. I'm starting to feel a little scratchy in this area right here. Not really anything around my eyes at all. So we'll just keep track of how it feels. I don't know if it even looks heavy. Okay, there you go. And another thing I just want to mention really quickly is that if this is the first time you're trying this, only do it for 1 hour. Don't do it for the entire 4 hours. Do it this month, do it an hour. Next month, do it 2 hours. Next month, do it 3 hours. Build yourself up to it. You don't have to do it. I've been chemically peeling my entire body for 30 years. I get it. I understand this. I am a glycolic acid junkie. Okay, I am totally addicted to glycolic acid. I have been addicted to glycolic acid for probably about 30 years. And I use it. I don't want to say that I'm really lucky, but my husband happens to be a compounding pharmacist and he just kind of whips it up for me. But I have been able, because of the amount of glycolic that I have, that I've been able to use it all over my body. So hopefully everybody will understand what an impact this has had on the overall health of my body over a long period of time. But anyway, okay, enough being said. Gosh, it feels like it's already dry again. Okay, so we're gonna go 15 more minutes. Okay, here we go again. My skin in this last 15 minutes, it felt like I was feeling like a little sunburny. But now it doesn't feel like that. So one thing you're going to notice is that you will have different sensations throughout this. Your skin is telling you where its sensitivities are. You can feel kind of like it moving a little bit, like sometimes it'll be over here, then it'll be up here. Okay, so I am going to continue to do my eyes. I feel nothing around my eyes. And again, do not do your eyes until you check with your skincare professional, whether it be a physician, a esthetician, a medical esthetician. I am a board certified esthetician. I have worked with some of the biggest plastic surgeons in Southern California. But here you go. So this is our fourth application. We're counting down our first hour. It's very comfortable. And again, I'm just putzing around the house, getting all my work done. All you have to do is set your timer. It's very easy to do. I will be back we will start our second hour. Okay, it is, my eyes are starting to itch. So this application, I am not going to remove the glycolic around my eyes. It's already there. I'm going to leave it, but I am not going to add any more around my eyes. You can see that it's just, you can start seeing it sitting on the surface, that it's not disappearing. So I am just going to keep on adding. I am on my fifth application. My face is starting to feel like it's getting a sunburn. And it's starting to feel itchy. Not incredibly itchy, but it is starting to feel itchy. Okay. It looks like I might be needing a little bit more glycolic. This will probably last us one more hour, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, we are working on our sixth application. Here we go. I've noticed that you can see the cream is not absorbing as much as it used to. I am going to layer one more application on it. And then my thoughts is when I come back after 15 more minutes, none of this will be absorbed. And I think I will skip that application, but we will see what it looks like when I come back. This is our seventh layer. I'm going to go ahead and add one more layer because it looks like the cream disappeared. My skin just literally feels like I'm getting too much sun. It feels very sunburny. The itch, there's no more itching. It's just very sunburny feeling. Okay. The product also, can I get it in my eye? The product also feels very heavy, like very thick. So I think next time I come back, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. So we'll see, but one more application. And again, my skin feels very heavy. Oh, and one more thing I wanna mention. Every time I do an application on my face, anything that is left over my hands, I put it on my arms. So while I'm doing my face, anything that is left just goes right on my arm, and my arms right now feel fabulous. We'll see what we get in 15 minutes. So this is the 8th application. And one of the things is that my skin feels very heavy with waxes, because there are a lot of waxes when we make our lotion, our glycolic lotion. So I'm gonna actually remove the 7 layers of glycolic that I have on here. Oh. And my skin feels just sunburny. Not much more. And you can tell once you start diluting the glycolic with the alkaline facial wash, a lot of the sensations just pretty much disappear. But first I'm going to remove the glycolic off my eyes because I do not want to treat my eyes anymore. Wow. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to be removing the wax, the heavy wax that's left. Very gently, you remove this. You don't want to, oh my God, I still got so much cream on my face. So I'm going to do another application of facial wash. And this is what I talk about. When you use lotions, it's pretty heavy because the weight of the lotion has to really penetrate the skin. You can't really have a light base because you want it to really go into the skin. But when I'm using creams instead of a lotion, they're really heavy. I would probably, if I used a cream, I would have to wash my face like maybe 4 or 5 times just to remove all the heaviness of the cream. Okay, and again, just very lightly. Now, okay. Now, what does my skin feel like? My skin feels like raw. It's starting to have that raw sensation. Okay, so let me get this. Yeah. And it's really interesting. I want to show you with my neck. With my neck, I'm getting like this yellowy. I want to show you. I don't know if you can see it, but this yellowy substance is coming off my neck. See that? I hope you can see that. Because I can see it. Oh well. Okay, so now we're just going to start again. And I'm almost out. I mean, I'll have enough for 2 more applications. The 2 ounces that I thought I would need, I'm probably going to need 3 ounces. Okay, so let me go. Oh. Now, the minute I put this on my forehead, boom, right here, I can feel the burn, the sting right here. I'm going to have to use a little more. And I want to work right here above my eyebrows. And then we're going to take it down here and down here. Boy. Okay. So going back to the point and the fact that we only used a 5% glycolic acid. This thing is getting hot. Okay? But we'll see. So this is our 8th application. Oh. And then what I have left, remember, I'm going to do my arms and my hands. And when you look at my hands, and again, you've got to remember, I am an old lady. In our society, 66, almost 67 is considered old. It's a senior. It's not elderly yet, but it is a senior. But I want you all to look at my hands. I have been using glycolic acid on my hands for almost 30 years. And when I would practice, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? When I would practice, even when I was doing like my facials and everything, I would always finish up on my hands. But anyway, there you go. We're finishing up our 2nd hour. We're going over to our 3rd hour, and my skin is starting to feel hot. Especially, I can even feel it back here. Okay, okie dokie, here we go. I had enough for 9 applications. And you can see that the cream is now disappearing again. My face doesn't feel heavy. It just feels a little scratchy. My eyebrows feel like immediately when I put that on, all up here felt like it was burning. And again, you can see I'm going to stay away from my eyes. My eyes have had enough. And I'm going to do my chest. And again, my arms. I'm going to finish up with my arms. Okie dokie. I'll be back. Okay. Here we go. One more time. Oh. Okay. My skin feels fine. It doesn't feel too bad. It doesn't feel too sunburny. It feels great. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna stop here. I'm gonna keep on applying it. And when I am finished, I will be back and explain to you what I did. But I think this is the 10th time, the 10th application. And I am going to be going out to dinner this evening, but I do believe that I am not going to turn this off. I think I'm just going to let it sit and I'm going to let it just work the rest of the day. And then later on when I get home from dinner, I am going to be removing everything. And yes, I'm going to go out to dinner with a heavy face of glycolic acid on my skin because nobody really cares anyway. Okay, but I will be back. Good morning. Okay, how did I finish my peel? I could not even go the distance. I went 3 hours instead of 4, and the last 15 minutes, my face was so hot, I couldn't even last the last 15 minutes. I was a wimp. I wimped out. So this is what I woke up to this morning. Swollen eyes, but I told you my eyes would be swollen. And everything looks just real and feels really tight and dry. Look at these lines right here. Woo! You can almost see the inflammation underneath my forehead, which I don't normally have this. My forehead is usually pretty tight, but you can see the inflammation under here. I don't think I'm gonna do anything today, but I am gonna film lesson 3, which is gonna be on wound healing. How are we gonna recover from this? And I'm going to show you how I will be recovering from this. But anyway, I will be back and I will talk to you again. I hope you're enjoying my series. I will see you soon. Bye for now.